Everything except ball striking out.
All the way down. That was lazy.
Yeah, the good thing is the toughest part is just behind them. The bad thing is that nobody loves the one. Everybody wants to repeat it last year. Those things just don't happen. Yeah, no, they're out of the top 25 now. Yeah, they're like 28. You know, so anybody knows it doesn't matter until the distance starts. My RPI, that's what, yeah, it does matter. I don't know. He's working amongst the guys. So. I wouldn't count them out. Look at Ole Miss last year this time. They were 4 in 18.
What is it? Hey, what are you doing?
Go down there and go talk to your favorite. Yeah, the best friend, go down there and talk to the rest.
We always look at that hope. We just hope that he knows what picture does come speak on your day here. Yeah, well, the scenario is you guys are supposed to get hot against Vanderbilt.
Well,
Sweep the rest of your season.
always tough.
That's the scenario. That's the one they're all talking about. We still got the we got the pictures. How come we're losing?
We beat AC, but it depends on how many games they keep on.
A lot of errors. We lead the SEC in errors now.
I really hope
We're
they
the
Softball one. Softball can. Stadium's not ready.
I mean,
Stadium's not big enough to have.
but it's a shame. You know, everybody wants to, you know. And then you go look at Arkansas Stadium. Holy cow. That's like a double A team or something. I mean, it's a phenomenal stadium.
I'm going to take your cash. You go.
And then they come to
You stay with it.
Anderson County.
I could take your cash, though.
Whatever that is. And look at that. They think, oh, we added more bleachers. You know, it's like you put books together big. It's still big.
It's just, I'm used to doing like I do all sports stuff. So this is like the only one. I think that's game or game weekend, you know, when they have a fun.
Sometimes I'd like to sit down there, but that view is just different.
You got basically all the short time.
Yeah, it is.
It's found back and almost so they don't know. Well, there's a couple times we've been up in the that would have been me if the network came out and would have been dead somewhere. My friend who does
Well, one thing about Cleveland, they got all
on Facebook the other day of his camera.
that's all. So, we got one senior, they got 43 of them. Yeah. But that's the way it goes, you know. These guys are all
or I'm watching. I'm like down to the ground or I'm right there like
big dogs.
they said right here.
Just like our football team this year.
It always looks like it's right here.
No wide receivers, no offensive line, no defensive line, one linebacker.
Hey, you got it now. If it was a strikeout, that's number 100.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah, but he tore his ACL, so, you know, so you always feel better with that back. Who you are. There's no major difference that happens.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the movement on the hill, Murrel Albright Field, home of the Mavericks. Tonight's game features the Clinton Dragons and your Anderson County Mavericks. The colors for this evening's baseball game are presented by members of the Anderson County High School Navy Junior ROTC Maverick Color Guard. The unit was formed in August 2001 and is composed of 138 cadets. The color guard members this evening are Cadet Chief Petty Officer Ethan Bolton of Andersonville, Cadet Chief Petty Officer Mark Holder of high school, Cadet Petty Officer second class Ethan Wolf of high school, and Cadet Lieutenant Brianna Merrifield of high school. And now to honor America, we ask that you all rise, and gentlemen, please be content to declare the national anthem.
And welcome into Dragon Vision, coming to you live from Murrel Albright Field, home of the Anderson County Mavericks. The game getting ready to begin. We will give you an update on the Lady Dragons, who are playing Halls right now at Halls. Their score is 0-0, bottom of the fourth, 2 outs. Once again, your score for the Lady Dragons game right now is 0-0 on the bottom of the fourth. Taylor Sherwood has just struck out her 100 and 101st career batters in the bottom of the fourth inning. Lady Dragons and Halls High School are tied 0-0. The Halls Lady Red Devils have beat the Lady Dragons twice this year. First, 5-2 in a home game for the Lady Dragons on a 3-run home run in the top of the 8th. And the second was 4-3 in the semifinals of the Kingsport Dobbins-Bennett Invitational. Looks like there's a battle going on right now between Anderson County and Clinton to see who is going to leave the field the last. It's going to be Isaiah Slavin, Harrison Shelton, or one of the Mavericks. We're going to stay right here and keep calling this as we see who will be the last one to leave. Mavericks keep bailing out, but they're trying to see who's going to be on this gamesmanship. You can see a little bit of smiles right here. Is it going to be Slavin? Is it going to be Harrison? And the umpire's trying to tell them all to back out right now. Got another one of them. There's about 6 Mavericks left right now going up against 2 Dragons. They're trying to see. We're just going to see who's going to come out first. Once again, we're coming to you live from Murrel Albright Field, thanks to Gary Terry and the rest of the athletic administration at Anderson County. We might have a few guests out here helping us with commentating today. Looking at my score, it still looks good. My audio still looks good. Actually, now we're going to the top of the 5th inning for the Lady Dragons, still 0-0. As this battle of the who wants to leave the field first continues between Harrison Shelton, Isaiah Slavin, and 6 Anderson County Mavericks. And Anderson County is going to win the battle. Shelton and Slavin went as long as they could, and then they had to get called off as the as the first batter's getting ready to come up for the Dragons. Give the Lady Dragons some credit. They just got out of a bases-loaded jam with no outs in the bottom of the fourth and didn't give up a single run. Looks like leading off for the Dragons will be number 9, freshman Camden Britton. Camden Britton starting almost nearly every game for the Dragons this season. On deck will be Sam Rayleigh. Sam Rayleigh scoring the game-winning game-winning run last night and RBI after being hit by a pitch in the bottom of the sixth inning. Final score of that game was 5-4. The Dragons got their 13th win on the season. Dragons are 13-9 entering this game. The Lady Dragons are 13-6 entering their game. Once again, waiting on the first batter in the top of the fifth inning for the Lady Dragons will be HBK, the catcher. I'll be giving you updates on both games periodically throughout this one as we get ready for Camden Britton to take the first at bat for the Dragons right now. Just a heads up, any balls that are hit towards left field are going to be very hard for the camera to get, but we're still thankful for getting to broadcast this game. First pitch to Cam Britton. In there for strike one. So you got no balls, 1 strike, no outs here in the top of the first inning from Murrel Albright Field. Here's the second pitch. Low and inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Cam Britton up to bat. Sam Rayleigh on deck for your Dragons wearing their black uniforms, white numbers, white trim. Ball in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Dragons come into this game with a 13-9 record. Here's the 2-1 pitch, swinging strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the first inning. Cam Britton stepping back in. 2-2 pitch. Popped up towards first base. First base trying for it, and it goes out of play. Right in front of me, actually. Hey, lands right into my cart. So you see, got a 2-ball, 2-strike count here in the top of the first inning. Wasn't sure where that ball was going, but here's the 2-2 pitch to Britton. High for ball 3. Britton working the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the first inning. Once again, you're listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision on YouTube. Here's the full count pitch. In, low and in for ball 4. Camden Britton gets on first with a leadoff walk. Next up, shortstop Sam Rayleigh. Rayleigh hit by a pitch several times last night, reaching base 3 times, scoring 1 run, and getting an RBI. Britton taking a lead at first. Swinging a foul, tipped back into the netting for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. Runner on first for your Dragons. Pickoff move to first, not in time. Mavericks wearing their Lake City blue uniforms today. Here's the 1-0 pitch, or 0-1 pitch to Rayleigh. Foul tip down the first base line, out of play. No balls, 2 strikes now with runner on first. Still no outs here in the top of the first inning. On deck is Isaiah Slavin for the Dragons. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Rayleigh. Outside for ball 1. Looked like it was a little bit of a pitch out move in case Britton tried to steal second. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the first inning. Britton led off with a walk. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Hits Sam Rayleigh. Sam Rayleigh getting hit on base again in this inning. So you got a walk to lead off. Cam Britton now at second base, and then you've got a hit by pitch for Sam Rayleigh. Up to bat now, Isaiah Slavin, or as I call him, Isaiah Grand Slam Slavin, after his Grand Slam against Halls last week. Runners on first and second, no outs. First pitch to Slavin. Ground ball towards short. Gets eaten up by the shortstop. Britton rounding third, coming home. Britton gets the first run of the game for the Dragons on an infield single by Isaiah Slavin that ate up the shortstop. So you see got runners on first and second now with one run already home for the Dragons. No outs. Runners on first and second. Up to bat now, designated hitter Garrett Lee. First pitch to Lee. Low and inside for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Runners on first and second. Dragons lead 1-0. 2 walks and a single by Isaiah Slavin. Or a walk, a hit by pitch, and a single. 1-0 pitch to Lee. Inside, but called strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. You got Slavin on first, Rayleigh on second. Lee up to bat. 1-1 pitch to Lee. In the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Going to advance the runners to second and third. So you got runners on second and third now with a 2-1 count here in the top of the first inning. Once again, we're coming to you live from Murrel Albright Field, home of the Anderson County Mavericks. Thank you to Gary Terry and the rest of the Mavericks athletic staff and baseball coach for letting us come out here tonight. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball towards shortstop. Shortstop gets it. Runner goes back to third. Throws over to first in time. Keeping the runners on second keeping the runner on second, but scoring Sam Rayleigh. So now you've got 1 out with runner on second and a 2-1 score for the Dragons. Up to bat next, center fielder Harrison Shelton. Harrison Shelton, one of our Dragon MVPs from last night, including Sam Rayleigh. First pitch, ground ball towards short. Gets to short. Short's going to throw it over to first, gets him out in time. Runner does advance to third. So now you got 2 outs with a runner on third. Up to bat next, Nicholas Kidd. Nicholas Kidd will be your starting pitcher for the Dragons tonight. Runner on third, 2 outs, 2-0 your score here in the top of the first. First pitch to Kidd, called strike, dropped by the catcher. No balls, 1 strike. No outs here in the top of the first, or 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Slavin on third, here's the pitch. In the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. 2-0 your score. Slavin on third. Nicholas Kidd up to bat. In the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs. Here in the top of the first inning. Once again, you're listening to Clinton Dragon Vision on YouTube. Here's the ground ball towards short again. Shortstop gets it on the hop. Does throw it to first for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Dragons get 2 runs on 2 hits. 1 runner left on. Midway through the first, your score, 2-0 Clinton Dragons. You are listening to and watching Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Your infield for the Clinton Dragons tonight includes Nicholas Kidd on the mound, Jay Smack at catcher, Isaiah Slavin at first. Looks like Alex Duggins at second. Sam Rayleigh at shortstop. Cam Britton at third. I know center field is Harrison Shelton. Right field is Jackson Stiltner. From where I'm standing, I cannot see who the left fielder is. I will have to ask somebody who is our left fielder for tonight. Actually, I will check Game Changer here shortly and see who our left fielder is. Giving you an update on the Lady Dragons. Lady Dragons still are 0-0 right now in the top of the 5th inning. Not sure if my game's got delayed or not by this one, so I'm actually going to go and pull up my other phone to try to see who's up to bat for the Mavericks tonight. See if I have a roster for you. Give me just a moment. Here's the first pitch. Called strike one. A little bit high, but called strike one. So you got no balls, 1 strike. No outs here in the bottom of the 1st inning. Pop fly towards center. Sheldon running in, but it's going blue pry outside by Rayleigh. So a hit for the Mavericks right now. Gets a runner on first. There you go. Number 12 up to bat now for the Mavericks with a runner on first and no outs here in the bottom of the 1st. Goes for the bunt. Bunts it right inside. Called foul ball though. Said it went off the batter when he bunted it. Oh no, they call interference. So there is a runner on. So now there's 1 out. They're going to discuss it right now between the home plate umpire and the first base umpire to see what the call is, to see if he did get hit. But they're calling batter interference as the catcher tried to run. Sam Rayleigh or Jay Smack tried to run out front. Umpires meeting halfway between catcher and first base. I'm going to zoom in just to see what the call is. That way everybody else can see it as well. They're going to keep the out and advance the runner to second. So now you got 1 out with a runner on second. No, they called it a foul ball. And they send the runner back to first. So you got no balls, 1 strike with a runner on first. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 1st inning. Dragons leading 2-0 right now. Pitch from Kidd. Swinging and a miss for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Runner on first. I'm going to try to pull up Game Changer right here for us so we can see who's playing in this game, or who's up to bat for the Dragons today. Low and away for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No outs with a runner on first. 2-0 your score here at Murrel Albright Field. Dragons will be back in action on Thursday in Lenore City. 1-2 pitch. Fouled out of play. And into the wood line behind the stadium for still 1-2 count.
Go 1-2.
So fly ball towards left field. Caught by the left fielder. Still can't tell who that was. You still got 1 out. Now you got 1 out with a runner on first here in the bottom of the 1st inning. I'll have to see who our left fielder is when he comes back up. We got 1 out, runner on first. 2-0 your score. Nicholas Kidd on the mound. High for ball 1. Mac fakes the throw back to first, getting the runner back. So you got 1-0 count now with 1 out. Looking at the Lady Dragons. Still says it's top of the 5th, 0-1 count. I'm going to go check the other game here in just a minute. In there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, runner on first. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Kidd. Low and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 2-0 your score. I'm going to go in and check and make sure what the score is right now for the Lady Dragons.
You say something?
Here's the 2-1. Nick steps off right before the 2-1 pitch. Kid ready for the 2-1 pitch. Looks the runner back at first. Here's a swing and a miss for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the bottom of the first inning. 2-0 your score. As I keep a lookout on the Lady Dragons game so I can give you an update on it here in just a minute. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Pop foul into the netting behind home plate. Still 2 balls, 2 strike count. Coach Turpin getting the ball, giving it back to Mack, who gives it to the umpire.
The dugout catches your ball. The coach kicks the ball on the ball, they just call it out.
Once again, beautiful night for baseball right now. Wind just barely moving. I'm going to say from left to right, but I can't see. There's no flag. Swing and a miss for strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Nicholas Kidd with 2 outs now and a runner on first.
The third baseman.
I can't say anything. You're welcome. That was hello. Yep. Yeah, I know. I know you didn't choose.
So the first pitch to the next batter, high and outside for ball 1.
Yeah, I know because you look like a freaking tank.
1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the first. Once again, if you want to listen to more Clinton Dragon Baseball and Dragon Vision or softball, tune into youtube.com/DragonVisionCHS. Here's the 1-0 pitch, pickoff move, not in time. Still 1 ball, no strikes here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Not sure what's going on with the Lady Dragon stream. I will tell you as soon as I get it to come back up. In there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs for pitcher Nicholas Kidd.
This ain't the same guy that pitched last night, is it? Should have 2 left.
Now here's the 1-1 pitch. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away. It is foul tip, though. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Nicholas Kidd coming into tonight's game with a 4-1 record. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball towards third. Britton gets it. Throws it over to first. In time for the 3rd out of the inning. So Mavericks get 1 hit, no runs, no errors. After 1, your score 2-0 Dragons. You were watching and listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Jackson Stiltner up to bat for the Dragons. Here's the first pitch. High for ball 1. So I'm going to let my computer set 1 ball, no strike count. Swing and a miss for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes now here in the top of the 2nd inning. Here's the Actually, 1-1 count. Blasted towards center field. Bounced and misplayed by the center fielder. Stiltner gets a single and races his way back to first. So Stiltner with the third hit of the game for the Dragons so far. Still waiting. Right now it says there is a delay in the top of the fifth inning for the Lady Dragons and Hall's Lady Red Devils. A District 4 AAA matchup just like this. Pickoff move to first. He's back in time. Up to bat next is catcher Jace Mack. First pitch to Mack. Swing and a miss for strike one. So you got no balls, 1 strike, no outs, 2-0 your score here in the top of the second inning. Pitch to Mack, swing and a miss for strike 2. Looked like Mack was just a little bit underneath that one. So you got no balls, 2 strikes with Stiltner on first, no outs. The 0-2 pitch to Mack. High and outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the second inning. Dragons led off with Stiltner getting a leadoff hit. Taking the lead, goes back in time. Went a little bit too far on his leadoff, but got back in time. So you still got a 1-2 count here in the top of the first. Stiltner taking his lead from first. 1-2 pitch. Hit foul and off the field house for the Mavericks. Down the third base line. So here's the 1-2 pitch to Mack. High for ball 2. Stiltner gets back. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Stiltner on first, Mack up to bat. Here's the pitch. High for ball 2, or ball 3 actually. Mack has worked the count full after an 0-2 start. On deck for the Dragons is Alex Duggins. Here's the 3-2 pitch, high for ball 4. So now you got runners on first and second with no outs here. Second consecutive inning, the Dragons have done that. For Alex Duggins up to bat now for the Dragons. Stiltner on second. Mack on first. You got Hayden Newhart coming in to a courtesy run for the catcher, Jace Mack. So once again, you got, not sure what the umpire is talking to the pitcher about, but you got runners on first and second with no outs here in the top of the second inning. First pitch to Duggan, squares up for a bunt. Bunts it down the first base line. Gets the tag, gets the run to go first, but advances the runner to second and third. Nice sacrifice bunt there by Mack. 1 out now here in the top of the second with runners on second and third. Top of the order now, Cam Britton up to bat. Britton walked in his first at bat. So once again, you got runners on second and third with 1 out here in the top of the second inning. First pitch to Britton. Inside for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. 2-0 your score. Dragons lead the Mavericks tonight. 0-1 pitch to Britton. Hits the ball in the gaps. Going to score at least 1. There's 1 run in. Newhart coming around. Newhart's going to slide in, and he's safe. Britton advances to second on the throw. So a double for Britton, scores 2 more for the Dragons. 4-0 your score right now in the top of the second inning. Dragons now have 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors. Up to bat next is Sam Rayleigh. Sam Rayleigh reached on a hit by pitch in his first at bat. Still no outs here in the top of the second inning. First pitch to Rayleigh. Inside, call for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Dragons playing 2 on a 2-run double by Cam Britton. Britton on second. 0-1 pitch to Rayleigh. A little high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Britton on second. Rayleigh at home. Slavin on deck. 1-1 pitch to Rayleigh. Low and inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the second inning. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Pitcher from the stretch. 2-2 pitch. Swing right up the second base line. Misses eats up the second baseman. Throws it to first, not in time. Advances Britton to third. Now you got runners on first and third with 1 out here in the top of the second inning. 4-0 your score. 5th hit of the game so far for your Clinton Dragons. Isaiah Slavin up to bat now. Slavin had an RBI single in his first at bat. You got Sam Rayleigh at first. He's been on base twice now. You got Cam Britton at third. He's also been on base twice. Pickoff move gets Rayleigh back. Still waiting on an update from the Lady Dragons score. First pitch, swing and a miss, stolen base going to third. So Rayleigh gets another stolen base this season, going to second base. Catcher thought about throwing it, but did not throw. So you got no balls, 1 strike with 1 out. Catcher didn't throw in case Britton tried to come home. He's got 0-1 count with runners on second and third. Pitch to Slavin. Swing, ground ball, foul down the first base line. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Time called by the Anderson County head coach. He's going to go try to calm down his pitcher. And while he does that, we're going to take a quick break. You're listening and watching Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball. Here is the 0-2 pitch to Slavin. Grounds the ball to third, into the gap, so 1 run will score at least. Runners right on the third. 2 runs score on another 2 RBI single by Isaiah Slavin. 6-0 your score now in the top of the first inning with still 1 out. Dragons now have 6 runs on 6 hits, no errors. And they're actually going to end up making a pitching change. And while they do that, we're going to take a short break. You're listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. New pitcher for the Mavericks. First pitch out low and outside for ball one to Garrett Lee. Let's see, you now got a runner on first with one out. Swing and a miss, Garrett Lee. So 1 ball, 1 strike count. Garrett Lee fouls the 1-1 pitch down the third base line. So you got 1 ball, 2 strikes, runner on first. Still just 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Lee. Fouls the ball out of play. Might hit the car. No, it bounces off the press box and almost hits the cruisers parked behind the press box. So you still got a 1 ball, 2 strike count with 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Strike 3, swing and a miss. So Garrett Lee goes down on strikes. 2 outs now in the top of the second. 6-0 your score. Dragons have played at 4 in this inning. Up to bat next is Harrison Shelton, center fielder for the Dragons tonight. First pitch to Shelton. Flies the ball foul into the net for a no ball, 1 strike count with 2 outs. Update on the Lady Dragons. It is 0-0 now in the bottom of the 6th inning. Lady Dragons versus Halls. Pitch, swing, foul, tipped, back to the dirt, back to the grass, or netting for strike 2. Nicholas Kidd on deck going to retrieve that baseball for the umpire. So you got no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with a runner on first. Here's the pitch, outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. One-two pitch to Shelton. Swings the ball lazily, but fouls it back into the net. There we go. Now brighten the camera up a little bit so you guys can see a little bit more. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first. 2 outs, 1 pitch in the dirt, gets away, and the runner will advance to second. Slavin advances to second on the wild pitch. So you got 2 balls, 2 strikes now with a runner on second here in the top of the second inning. 6-0 your score.
Yeah, well, if you don't buy, if you're buying, you fly.
I'll keep checking Game Changer to see if it gets popped back up.
Oh, having
No. I think they say we're.
Low in the dirt for ball 3.
I think we're.
Full count now.
I think we're over the hill.
No, y'all are just starting to climb.
Heck, I can't even find the hill.
We'll stay on the flat ground.
Here's the full count pitch to Shelton
Know what a hill
Did you
looks
do
like?
that?
from the stretch. Fouled back into the net. Still full count. Shelton fighting off another one. So I got told it's the bottom of the 6th. Game Changer says it's the bottom of the 5th inning for the Lady Dragons, but still the score is 0-0.
The good thing is early in the game.
Yeah, they could probably score 8 or 10 runs.
Whatever pitcher they have.
Here's pitcher waiting on the call.
For AC.
The windup, the stretch, the pitch. Called strike 3 to end the inning. So the Dragons get 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Midway through the second, your score is 6-0. You're listening and watching Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball and Dragon Vision. First pitch at the bottom of the second inning is high for ball one. 1 ball. Let me advance this. 1 ball. No strikes, no outs. Here's the second pitch. Swing and a miss for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Dragons lead 6-0. Nicholas Kidd on the mound for the Dragons tonight. Next one in the dirt for ball 2. And giving you an update, it is actually top of the 6th inning for the Lady Dragons. They are still tied with Halls at 0. Outside for ball 3, so you got 3 ball, 1 strike count here in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Nick. In there for strike 2. Batter thought it was a ball. So Nick has worked the count full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the bottom of the second inning. 3-2 pitch in the dirt for ball 4. So Nick walks the first batter of the second inning. So yeah, runner on first now with no outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Number 22 up to bat for the Mavericks.
It's cold. I even got my seat in the car too. I got hard sitting dinner on that hard seat.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting right behind the oven, I couldn't see.
First pitch from Kidd. Ground ball down the third baseline, foul for strike 1. Lady Dragons threatening right now in the top of the 6th inning with runners on the corners and 2 outs. We'll keep you updated on this score as the Lady Dragons try to defeat Halls for the first time this season. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Nick. In the dirt for ball 1. Mac fakes the throw to first. Gets the runner back, so you got 1 ball, 1 strike with no outs and a runner on first via walk. The 1-1 pitch from Kidd. Swing and a miss for strike 2. You got 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs now, or no outs now in the bottom of the second inning. Runner on first. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Kidd. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So you got 1 out now with runners on first here at Murrel Albright Field. With a 6-0 score, your Dragons leading the Mavericks of Anderson County. Dragons won last night 5-4. First win against Anderson County since 2015. First pitch from Kidd. Fouled, backing out of play, back into the grass behind us and into the woods for the first strike of the at-bat. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out with a runner on first. Double play ball isn't in effect. The 0-1 pitch from Kidd. In the dirt, gets away from Mac. Down the third base line, so a wild pitch. Gets a runner on second, takes the double play ball out in effect. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out now for the Dragons. First time the Mavericks have gotten a runner up to second base so far in this game.
I can see better up right here.
Yeah, it may take you a while.
Here's the 1-1 pitch from Kidd. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. 6-0 your score. Now in the bottom of the second inning, or 6th inning for the Red Devils. They have a runner on second with no outs. Still 0-0 score. 0-2 pitch, fouled into the netting. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. Sherwood's still on the mound for the Lady Dragons at Halls High School right now. The 1-2 pitch from Kidd. Inside, called strike 3. So 2 outs now here in the bottom of the 6th inning, or bottom of the second inning. 6-0 your score. Murrel Albright Field. number 10 up to bat for the Anderson County Mavericks with a runner on second and 2 outs now in the bottom of the second inning. Pitch from Kidd. Inside call, strike 1. Kidd already striking out 2 in this inning. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 6-0 your score. Kidd steps off. Kidd with the stretch. The pitch. Fouled, back for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the second inning, 6-0 your score. See if Nick Kidd can strike out the side on this next pitch. Batter steps in the box. Kidd ready. 0-2 pitch. Called inside for ball 1. Dragons may have thought that was a strike, but it was called inside. So you got 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs now. Runner on second base. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Kidd. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Kidd strikes out the side to end the second inning. So the Mavericks leave 1 on, no runs, no hits, no errors. After 2, your score is 6-0. You are listening and watching Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Leading off the top of the third inning, Nicholas Kidd. Nicholas Kidd just struck out the side for the Dragons here in the bottom of the second inning. 6-0 your score right now. First pitch, low and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Nicholas Kidd as we begin the top of the third inning. Nicholas Kidd flies one out to left center. Caught by the outfielder for the first out of the inning. Got lost on the ball. Got lost trying to follow the ball right there. So you got 1 out now. Here in the top of the third inning. 6-0 still your score. Jackson Stiltner up to bat now. Stiltner reached on base in his first at bat. Squares to bunt. Pulls back in time for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Jackson Stiltner with 1 out here in the top of the third inning. Pitch from the Mavericks. Outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes now. And just got an update from the Lady Dragons in Hall's game. It's now the 8th inning, top of the 8th, still nothing your score. 6-0 your score here on the 2-0 pitch. Nick steps out before the pitch is thrown. Still 2-0 with 1 out. Once again, nothing your score as we enter the top of the 8th inning for your Clinton Dragons versus the number 1 ranked Halls Red Devils according to Max Preps. Pitch called strike 1, a little bit inside, but called strike 1. Got 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out here in the top of the third inning. 2-1 pitch to Stiltner. Swing, pop fly, out of play, over the lights, and onto the hill for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Jackson Stiltner at the plate. On deck, catcher Jace Mack. 2-2 pitch. laying the dirt for ball 3. Keep you updated. You got a runner on first. Marissa Eccles on first with 1 out here in the top of the 8th for the Lady Dragons. Here's the full count pitch. Ground ball over the pitcher's head to second base. Second base snags it, throws it over to first. In time for the second out of the inning. So now you got 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Still 6-0 your score. I'm going to update my score for you. 6-0 your score here in the top of the 3rd inning. First pitch to Jace Mack. Outside for ball 1. Marissa Eccles advanced to second base now for the Lady Dragons. Here's the second pitch to Mack, 1-0 pitch. Fly ball out down the third base line into the grass for strike 1. Marissa Eccles steals third, so you got 1 out now in the top of the 8th inning for the Lady Dragons. Marissa Eccles on third. High for ball 2. 2-ball, 1 strike count here at Murrel Albright Field for Anderson County. Bree McCamey up to bat with a 1-2 count. Here's the 2-1 pitch, fouled down the third base line. This time high up on the hill. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs now in the top of the 3rd. Lady Dragons just take the lead 1-0 here in the top of the 8th inning. Bree McCamey goes to first. Bree McCamey got first on a fielder's choice. Here's the pitch. Gets away from Jace Mack for ball 3. Full count now with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. 6-0 your score. Here's the full count pitch to Mack, who calls time before the pitch. Pitcher trying to quick pitch him. Mack stepped out just in time, got granted by the umpire. So you got a full count pitch to Mack. Outside for ball 4. Another walk issued by the Mavericks. Mack gets on base for the 2nd time today. Alex Duggan's up to bat now for the Dragons. Courtesy runner Hayden Newhart for Jace Mack. Lady Dragons lead 1-0 now against the number 1 ranked team in AAA according to Max Preps, Hall's Red Devils. First pitch fouled off by Alex Duggins. No balls, 1 strike with a runner on first with 2 outs. Here's the 0-1 pitch in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hayden Newhart on first for Jace Mack after a walk. Alex Duggins on at the plate. Cam Britton, who's 2 for 2 or who's 1 for 1 today in the on deck circle. Swing and a miss for Alex Duggins for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. Mavericks trying to get the Dragons out without allowing a run for the first time in this game. 1-2 pitch in the dirt for ball 2. Almost gets away, but stays right in front of the catcher. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs now. Hayden Newhart on first. Alex Duggins at the plate. 2-2 pitch to Duggins. Outside for ball 3, so full count. Duggins has worked the count full now. Lady Dragons still lead 1-0 now with 2 outs and a runner on first in the top of the 8th inning. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Inside for ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Anderson County now. Cam Britton coming up to plate now. Cam Britton is 1 for 2, or 1 for 1 today with a walk and a single, or walk and a double. He had a 2 RBI double in the top of the 2nd inning. First pitch high and inside, almost hit Britton for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Lady Dragons are now leading 1-0 here. It's midway through the 8th. So Lady Dragons are 3 outs away from their first win over Halls this season. called inside, strike two. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Dragons have runners on first and second, both via walk. One pitch, grounded down the third base line, steps on third to end the inning. So Dragons leave 2 on, no runs, no hits, no errors. Midway through the third, your score 6-0. You are listening and watching Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. No, 0-1 count. Nick Hitt throws a strike. Line ball down the left field line, or right field line. Caught by number 16, Sam Duggins for the Dragons. Sam Duggins is the one starter I did not announce for the Dragons tonight. In right field, actually. So your outfield from left to right includes Jackson Stiltner, Harrison Shelton, and Sam Duggins. First pitch from in the dirt for ball one. 1 out, bottom of the third inning. Your infield includes Kidd, Mack, Slavin, Duggins, Alex Duggins, swinging a miss for strike one. Rayleigh and Britton. 1 ball, 1 strike, right now. Foul tip for 1-2, so my graphic is now right. 1-2 with 1 out. Lady Dragons are now 1 out away from beating Halls at Halls right now in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch in the bottom of the third. Grounded to shortstop, Rayleigh. Rayleigh gets it, throws it over to first. Not in time. Infield single for the Mavericks. Second hit of the game for the Mavericks today. I'll double check that in just a few minutes. Once again, you got 2 outs with a 1 ball, 1 strike count for the Lady Dragons at Halls. First pitch from Kidd. Inside, low and inside for ball 1. Sherwood still on the mound for the Dragons with a 1-1 count. 1-0 pitch from Kidd. In there for strike 1.
That was not a strike.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike for Sherwood. You got 1 ball, 1 strike count here for Kidd with a runner on first and 1 out. Double play ball in effect. Bottom of the third inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Pickoff move, not in time. You got a 3-1 count now for Taylor Sherwood and the Lady Dragons. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Kidd. Inside for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. You got a full count now for Taylor Sherwood here at the bottom of the eighth. While the Lady Dragons are at Halls, we're here at Anderson County. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Runner goes, ground ball to shortstop, gets into the outfield. Runner trips going to second, gets back in time. So you got back-to-back singles for the Mavericks to start off the inning.
What we do is we build the confidence.
So you got runners on first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. Waiting on the payoff pitch for the Lady Dragons. And the Lady Dragons win 1-0 over Halls. Sherwood gets the batter to pop out to end the inning. So the Lady Dragons get their first win over Halls this season. I will check their season record here in just a minute for you all. They are now actually 14-6 this season. I will check their district record here. They called a balk. So now you got runners on second and third on a balk by Nick Kidd because nobody was on second. With just 1 out here in the bottom of the third.
No. We grace you once.
1 ball, no strike pitch from Kidd. Inside hits the batter. So Nick's got the bases loaded now here in the bottom of the third inning with just 1 out.
And he says, well, I don't know. We want to play it, but they
There's a break in the mound right now as Coach Stacy decides to talk to the umpire right now, and the catcher meets up. The catcher meets up with the pitcher. And the umpire's now going to go chat with the second base official. And once again, the Lady Dragons beat the Halls Red Devils 1-0 in 8 innings. Lady Dragons are now 14-6 on the season. They are 1, 2, 3, 3-1, 4-1. They're 4-1 on the season in district play, with 1 game left remaining against Anderson County. First pitch with bases loaded from Kidd. Low and away for ball 1. You got 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded for the Mavericks. Pitch, fly ball towards center. It gets down between the center and shortstop. 1 run in. So another hit and a first run of the game for the Mavericks. So bases loaded still for the Mavericks with just 1 out. 6-1 your score now here in the bottom of the third inning from Murrel Albright Field. First pitch, popped up, high pop up. Rayleigh looking for it. Rayleigh grabs it for an infield fly for the second out of the inning. So you got 2 outs now in the bottom of the third with 1 out. 2 outs, sorry. Pitcher on pitcher duel now for Nick Kidd. Nick Kidd trying to get out of this inning, allowing just 1 run. Bases loaded, 2 outs now in the bottom of the third inning. First pitch from Kidd, popped out down the first base line and into the wood line. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases loaded. Kidd from the stretch, high and outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs now. Once again, congratulations to the Lady Dragons getting a 1-0 win over Halls, moving to 4-1 in region play. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Popped out down the third base line and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes now with 2 outs. Mavericks plating 1 across in the bottom of the third so far with bases loaded now. Here's the 1-2 pitch from the stretch. High for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs now.
Let's go, Mason!
2 outs in the bottom of the third. Kid from the stretch. Fouled the ball down behind home plate and into the wood line again for strike. Still strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the third inning. Dragons lead 6-1. Here's the stretch. The pitch, swinging strike 3 to end the inning. So Nick Kidd strands 3, 1 run allowed, 3 hits, no errors. After 3, your score 6-1. The Dragons lead the Mavericks. You are listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. 0-1 count, line to first base for the first out of the inning. So you got 1 out now in the top of the 4th inning. First out was Sam Rayleigh. First time he's been out today. Now is Isaiah Slavin. He's also been on base twice today in 2 appearances. 2-run double in his last at bat. First pitch to inside low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. 6-1 your score. Second pitch to low in the dirt for ball 2. Isaiah Slavin up to bat. Designated hitter Garrett Lee next. Lee hitting for Sam Duggins, who's playing in right field today. 2-0 pitch to Slavin in the dirt for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Dragons gave up 1 run in the bottom of the 3rd to make the score 6-1. Here's the 3-0 pitch. In there for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out to Isaiah Slavin. Garrett Lee on deck. Jackson Stiltner in the hole. Pitch, ground ball down the third base line and foul to make it full. So pitcher has worked the count full after going down 3-0. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out for Isaiah Slavin. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Inside, ball 4. Slavin reaching base for the 3rd time today in as many at-bats. Designated hitter Garrett Lee up now. Garrett Lee batting for Sam Duggins, who's playing in right field. Jackson Stiltner on deck. Actually, no. Harrison Shelton is on deck, with Nicholas Kidd in the hole. High for ball 1 to Garrett Lee. Once again, we want to congratulate the Lady Dragons for beating Halls and moving to 4-1 in district play. Here's the 1-0 pitch. High and inside, almost hitting for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out here in the top of the fourth inning. 6-1 your score. Garrett Lee up to bat with Isaiah Slavin at first. Fly ball deep down the left center line, right center line. Gets on, it lands for a single. Actually, it's a home run by Garrett Lee. Big time home run by Garrett Lee. No, ground rule double they call. They call a ground rule double for Garrett Lee. So now you got runners on second and third on a ground rule double. 8th hit of the game for the Dragons tonight. Now got runners on second and third. I'm going to try to pull up Dragon Vision. Here's the foul ball. Bouncing in between several cars back behind me. So you got no balls, 1 strike to Harrison Shelton with runners on second and third and just 1 out. Back this out. There you go. Now you can see Harrison and the pitcher. 0-1 count. Outside for ball 1. Runners on second and third with just 1 out. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on second and third. Top of the 4th inning. A base hit could play 2 for the Dragons. Shelton with 2 home runs already on this season. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Actually, it's a pickoff move back to second. Keeps the runner at second. Still 1 ball, 1 strike count. Once again, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on second and third. 1-1 pitch. Inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning for the Dragons. Dragons also looking for win number 13. Here's the pitch. Foul ball back behind me and over the camera.
I told you.
I was watching that one. I got told by the fans to watch out for this side, and it is true. This is the foul ball side. Maybe next time I need to bring a glove to be over here for this one. Now you got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Shelton. Ground ball, foul down the first base line. Nice stop there by Grant Crosby, but he could not hold on to it. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners on second and third based on a ground rule double with 1 out. 2-2 pitch to Shelton. Fly ball down to center field. Caught by the center fielder. Runner tagging. And makes it in time. Sacrifice fly advances the runner to home for the Dragons. So 7-1 your score now for the Dragons here in the top of the 4th inning. Nice sacrifice fly right there by Harrison Shelton. Up to bat next, pitcher Nicholas Kidd. Pitcher on pitcher duel. 2 outs now with a runner on second. First pitch to Kidd. Low and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning, 7-1 is your score. Next pitch. Popped up. Dangerous pitch. Down center fielder, second base center fielder calling for it. Caught by the shortstop, actually. So 3 outs. Now, Dragons scored 1 run, leave 1 on base. 2 hits, 1 walk, no errors. Your score midway through the 4th inning, 7-1. You were listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. First pitch in the bottom of the fourth inning, a swing and a miss for strike one. So second pitch is called for ball one. We'll wait for my computer to reset so I can put in my count right here for the top of the fourth inning. So you got 1 ball, 1 strike with a 7-1 score. Kid still on the mound. Next pitch, swing and a miss for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Dragons leading 7-1. Once again, give a big shout out to the Lady Dragons beating Hall's Red Devils 1-0 in 8 innings tonight. Win 13 on the season. Ball low for ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Dragons plated 1 in the top of the fourth on a sacrifice fly. Swing, pop towards center field. Harrison Shelton running in. Drops in between Shelton and Alex Duggins for the hit. So you got a runner on first now with no outs here. 7-1 your score, runner on first. Number 10 coming up to bat for the Anderson County Mavericks. Once again, we're coming to you from Murrel Albright Field, home of the Mavericks. Bunt, foul down the first base line and out of play. Strike one. No balls, 1 strike with a runner on first, no outs. Bottom of the fourth inning. Kid on the mound, Matt catching, Slavin, Alex Duggins, Rayleigh, and Britton are your infielders. Swing and a miss for strike two. Your outfielders from left to right include Stiltner in left, Shelton at center, and Sam Duggins in right field. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs, runner on first. Double play ball in effect, time called by the batter. Dragons coming into tonight with a 12-9 record. Lady Dragons also improved to 13-6 on the season tonight after a loss last night to Gibbs and a win tonight over district rival Halls. 0-2 pitch, swing, fouled down the first base line. So you still got no balls, 2 strikes, no outs. 7-1 your score. Going to check, see if Game Changer's been updated so I can actually double check my stats as well. Game Changer has not been updated yet. Foul ball down the first base line into the net. Still no balls, 2 strike count with no outs. And a runner on first off a bloop single between the shortstop and center fielder. Nick waiting on the call. Looks the runner at first. The pitch. Swinging foul back into the net. 3 consecutive foul balls hit. 3 consecutive foul balls hit. Still 0-2 count. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Kidd. Checks the runner at first. Low for ball one. Runner goes to second. Not in time, but the stolen base will count. So double play ball no longer in effect with a 1-2 count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Runner on second. No outs. 7-1 your score. Once again, double play ball no longer in effect after that stolen base. Time called by the batter. Beautiful night here at Murrel Albright Field for Anderson County High School. Once again, there's now going to be a timeout between the catcher and the pitcher. They're going to take a break while they go talk to each other, trying to calm each other down. That was a very quick break. Quick little meeting by the catcher and the pitcher. Once again, we want to thank Gary Terry, head coach, and the head coach for Anderson County and the rest of the Anderson County staff for allowing us to be at this game and broadcast from the hill behind home plate. Here's the 1-2 pitch. High, dropped by Mack. Runner's trying to advance to third. No throw. Runner advances to third on a wild pitch. So they got runner on third with no outs and a 2-2 count. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Kidd from the stretch. Low in the dirt, gets away from Mack, but not far enough to advance. Now we've got a full count for the number 10 for Anderson County. Kidd trying not to give up a run in this inning. Needs 3 outs to do so. Here's the full count pitch in the dirt for ball 4. So Kidd's now got runners at the corners with no outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Coach Stacy taking a break. We're going to take a quick break with him. You're listening and watching Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Pitchers on the corners. First pitch from Nick is low for ball 1. Runners on the corners, excuse me. With no outs, 1-0 count. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, 7-1 your score. The Dragons lead the Mavericks. Checks the runner at first. The pitch, foul tip behind us, and will it hit a car? It does not. It rolls underneath the Honda behind us. 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs now.
Almost done counting the horseshoes and hand grenades.
1 ball, 1 strike. No outs. Runners at the corners. Bottom of the 4th inning. Double play ball in effect. Dragons will need to look the runner back at third before they go for it. 1-1 pitch in the dirt for ball 2. Nice stop there by Mack to keep the pitch in front of him so no one advances. You got 2 balls, 1 strike. No outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Batter steps in. 2-1 pitch from Kidd after looking the runner back at first. Runner goes, foul ball hit down the left field line. Foul going after the Anderson County photographer. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs with runners at the corners. Once again, after this game, we will have interviews with the coach and players of the game, just like we did last night, win or lose. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled out down the third base line, going up towards the concession stand, lands and ricochets back into the Clinton side and hits a seat in the back. It goes right next to the Clinton dugout. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes with no outs. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Kidd. Foul, pop fly up towards center, or towards right field. Caught, runners tagging, tries to throw him out at home. It's going to be a bang-bang play, and he's in there with a face plant dive. So, sacrifice fly, the runner tags and scores from third. And the other runner stays at first.
Well, that's a hard way to make a run.
So you got 1 out, 7-2 your score. Runner going for the slide, ends up doing a face plant, but still scores for the Mavericks. 7-2 your score now. Here at the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 out, double play ball is in effect now. Here's the first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th, 7-2 your score.
That's indicative of the manual.
Here's the 1-0 pitch from Kidd. Looks the runner back at first, pickoff move, not in time. 1 ball, no strikes. Still with a runner on first, 7-2 your score. 1 out. Mavericks scored 1 just now on a deep sacrifice fly and a face plant by the runner. 1-0 pitch, foul down the first base line and out of play. And into the front of the wood line.
Let's go this way. Be
One
careful.
ball, one strike, one out now. Bottom of the fourth inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Runner moves. High pick off. Moves to third. Gets him in time. No, they say he's safe. I thought he got him in time, but umpire calls him safe on another stolen base at second base. So you got 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on second. Double play ball no longer in effect. Pitcher steps off. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 7-2 your score. Kid waiting on the signal from the stretch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Anderson County already plating 1 to make the score 7-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Kidd. Inside and hits him. You got runners now on first and second with 1 out. Double play ball will be back into effect. It's the second hit batsman for Kidd tonight. More balls being handed to the home plate umpire from both dugouts. You got 1 out now with runners on first and second at the bottom of the fourth inning. 7-2 your score. Packed house here at Murrel Albright Field, here at the home of the Anderson County Mavericks. Beautiful night for baseball, very light wind. First pitch, fouled into the net behind him for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 7-2 your score with 1 out. Runners on first and second, so double play is in effect. The 0-1 pitch from Kidd. Outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Big attendance from both sides tonight. Here's the 1-1 pitch. In the dirt, stopped by Max so no one could advance. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. I'm gonna go in just a minute and look at the record for hauls for you. That way we can get you the right stats tonight. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fouled back for strike 2. Hall's Red Devils moved to 17-2-2. The Lady Dragons actually moved to 14-6. Let me just double check that on Game Changer. Yes, the Lady Dragons do move into 14-6. They will play tomorrow night versus Oak Ridge at Lakefront Park, which will be on Dragon Vision. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Kidd. Swing and foul back into the netting. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'm going to look up the Hall's Red Devils record for you all. Two pitch from Kidd. Runners on first and second. In the pitch, popped up towards first base. Easy out there by Slavin for out number 2. Runners stay on the infield fly. So you got 2 outs now with runners on first and second. Still looking up the score for the Halls, or the record for the Hall's Red Devils for you all. First pitch from Kidd. Swing, check swing, did not say he went, so ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, runners on first and second. They appealed to second base, still said no check swing. The pitch from Kidd in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth, 7-2 your score. Here's the 2-0 pitch. High and inside for ball 3. 3 balls. No strikes. Time called by Jace Mack. He's going to go talk to his pitcher, try to calm him down a little bit, see if he can end this inning with just giving up 1 run. While I'm doing that, I'm going to look up the scores for you right now and see if there's any other scores that I can give you for the Hall's Red Devils or Scott County. They're both in our region, or in our district, excuse me. I'm not looking at football right now. So scores of interest include Oak Ridge baseball beating Carnes 10-6. Pitch in right down the middle for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The 3-1 pitch from Kidd. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Kidd now working the count full after going down 3-0. And in softball, Anderson County beat Scott 15-0 earlier today, and then beat Fulton, it says, also 17-4. Here's the 3-2 count. Swing and a miss for strike 3 to end the inning. Nick Kidd works himself out of a jam, only allowing 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. After 4, your score 7-2. The Dragons lead the Mavericks. We are going to take a quick break. You are watching and listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. We are coming to you live from Murrel Albright Field, home of the Anderson County Mavericks at the top of the 5th. 1-0 count, 7-2 your score for Jackson Slater, who rips one down the right field line. Foul, though. Might have been a home run if he would have kept it. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Here in the top of the 2nd inning, or top of the 5th inning, excuse me. Ground ball towards second. Second base, clean fields it. Throws it in the dirt to first, not in time, so Jackson Stillner beats one out for another hit for the Dragons. So runner on first, no outs. And then looks like the 9th hit of the game for the Dragons. Hold on just a second. I'll have to sit down to get my stuff back up right here, as your score is actually 7-2. as I get all my systems back up. Score is 7-2, top of the fifth with a runner on first. It was a meeting just now, thankfully, between the catcher and the pitcher. If I don't trip on my own headset, that'll sound even better. 0-0, the count. Time called by the second base umpire. Not sure who he's trying to talk to over there around the Clinton dugout. Not sure who he's trying to talk to. There might be a photographer over there that's on the field or something. Some interesting music being played before they finally signal the ball back in play. Still not sure what that time was called for. It was something by the Clinton dugout. So you now got runner on first. First pitch to Jace Mack is low for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes with a runner on first, no outs. Top of the fifth inning, 7-2 your score. Next pitch outside for ball two. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs for the Dragons here in the top of the fifth inning. You got runner on first, Jackson Stillner via infield single. Low pitch for ball three, so 3 balls, no strikes with Stiltner on first. Mack up to bat. Alex Duggins in the hole. There's the 3-0 pitch to Mack. Low for ball four. So a walk and a single and a walk in that order to start the top of the fifth inning. 2 on, no out for Alex Duggins, second baseman for the Clinton Dragons. On deck, Cam Britton, courtesy runner Hayden Newhart for the third time, going to replace Jace Mack at the catcher. You got a 7-2 score here in the top of the fifth inning at Murrel Albright Field. Great night for baseball tonight. Very little wind, clear skies. Here's the first pitch. Just went for the bunt. Said he pulled back. Called ball one. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. Runners on first and second via single and walk. Goes for the bunt. Lays a bunt down the third base line. Stays in play. It's a bunt single for Alex Duggins. Bases loaded for the Dragons here in the top of the fifth inning. Looking around out here, I see quarterback Josh Keith. Outgoing Vanderbilt commit Barrett Maddox. And I see recent Purdue commit Damon Marable in the crowd. I've seen the admins for both Clinton and Anderson County. Freshman Camden Britton coming up to bat now. Britton been on base twice, maybe 3 times so far today. First pitch to Britton with bases loaded. In there for strike one. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. Bases loaded, top of the fifth inning. 0-1 pitch to Britton. Swing and a miss for strike two. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the fifth inning. Bases loaded for the Dragons. You got Sam Rayleigh on deck. Isaiah Slavin in the hole. 7-2, 0-2 pitch. Ground ball, foul down the third base line. Still no balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Britton from the stretch. Swing and a miss on a drop strike 3. First out of the inning with bases loaded. Up to bat next for your Clinton Dragons is Sam Rayleigh. Rayleigh's been walked and hit by a pitch today. One out. First pitch to Rayleigh with bases loaded. In there, looked like it was a little bit low, but in there for strike one. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's a quick pitch to Rayleigh. Outside, called strike 2. So quick pitching here to Rayleigh with an 0-2 count. Here's the stretch, 0-2 pitch. Swinging foul going down to first base line. Out for strike, or caught in the foul territory for out number 2. 2 outs now with bases loaded here in the top of the 5th inning for Isaiah Slavin. Last time Slavin had bases loaded, he hit a grand slam against Halls last week. Slavin's got 2 home runs on the season. First pitch to Slavin with bases loaded. Inside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, 7-2 your score here in the top of the 5th inning. From the stretch, the 1-0 pitch to Slavin. Low and inside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Quick pitch to Slavin. Inside but called for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs now. Here's the 2-1 quick pitch to Slavin. Low and outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strikes with bases loaded, 7-2 score. See reliever warming up in the Anderson County bullpen. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Blasted down the right field line. In play. 1 run will score. Here comes the second runner for the Dragons coming in. Stand up double. Here comes the third runner for the Dragons. A 3-run double for Isaiah Slavin in the top of the 5th inning, making the score 10-2 Dragons.
Boy, to see him giving it to the guy, give a little button shake. Well, we got him right where we want him, overconfident.
Dragons now have 10 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Harrison Shelton up to bat now for the Dragons. Actually, Garrett Lee, designated hitter, swing and a miss. Swing and foul tip for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, runner on second. 3 runs already across for the Dragons in this inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Low and outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on second, 10-2 your score. The Dragons lead the Anderson County Mavs. High for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike with a runner on second. Slavin with a 3-run double just now. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Lee. Lee blasts one down the left field line. It's going, it's gone! Home run! Garrett Lee, second home run of the season. Lee rounding second now, cheering the Dragons on his second home run of the season down the right field line. Making the score 12-2 for the Clinton Dragons. Big time stomp on the plate right there for Garrett Lee. Huge hit for Garrett Lee on that one. 11th hit of the day. 12-2 your score now. Dragons now 3 outs away from ending this game on a run rule. New pitcher coming out for the Mavs. We're going to take a short break. You're listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. New pitcher for the Mavericks as Clinton gets ready to get their next batter up to bat. It will be waiting on the number so he can turn around. Number 33, Ethan Tinker coming up to bat. Senior Ethan Tinker making his first appearance of the game. The Dragons lead by 10. So if they get 3 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning without allowing a run, the game will end in a run rule. And the Dragons will move to 5-1 in district play. First pitch to Tinker. In the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, 12-2 your score off a 3-run double by Isaiah Slavin and a 2-run jack by Garrett Lee. Swing and a miss for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. The 1-1 pitch to Tinker. Foul back into the netting for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Tinker. Outside and high for ball 2. 2-2. Now 2 outs. Ethan Tinker up to bat. Nicholas Kidd on deck. 2-2 pitch. Nice job by Tinker fouling that one off to keep the inning alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 12-2 your score here at the Murrel Albright Field in Anderson County as the Dragons lead the Mavericks 12-2. Once again, if you want to listen to more Clinton Dragon baseball and softball, tune into Dragon Vision, which is youtube.com/@DragonVisionCHS. Ball outside for a full count. Tinker has worked the count full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 12-2 your score. Pitcher Nicholas Kidd on deck. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. So midway through the 5th inning, 12-2 your score. You're listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision.
That's it. Because that boy, I got a mouth on me.
Welcome into Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Nicholas Kidd still on the mound. The Dragons 3 outs away from win number 13 on the season. No, 14, excuse me, on the season. First pitch. Outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs here for Nicholas Kidd. Pitch, check swing, did not go around for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. Once again, if the Dragons can get 3 outs without surrendering a run, the game will end on a 10-run mercy rule here at the bottom of the 5th. Pitch outside for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes, no outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 12-2 your score. 3-0 pitch from Kidd. High and outside for ball 4. Kidd walks him on 4 consecutive pitches. Runner on first with no outs now. As the next batter comes up, there is going to be a meeting on the mound with head coach Rob Stacy, Nick Kidd, and the rest of the infielders. I wonder if there is going to be a pitching change made. I'm going to watch and see. I think there might be a pitching change made right here. There will be a pitching change made. Let's see who's going to come in and pitch for the Dragons. Great outing right there by Nicholas Kidd, though. It looks like it might be Sam Rayleigh who's going to be pitching for the Dragons. We're going to see right here. I'm going to wait and see who warms up before I decide to go out. No, it's going to be Isaiah Slavin. Isaiah Slavin's going to come in to pitch for the Dragons. We're going to take a short break. You were listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Isaiah Slavin on the mound. Been first baseman for the Clinton Dragons. First pitch in there for strike 1 with a runner on first and no outs. Nicholas Kidd replacing him at first. High pop fly down towards center field. It lands, so the runner gets on second. They call him safe as he goes to second, so it's an infield fly. It's a fly ball just outside the reach of the second base and center fielder's hands. So now you got runners on first and second with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch inside for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. Runners on first and second. Dragons 3 outs away from win number 14 on the season. 5 in district play. Pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes now with runners on first and second. Double play ball in effect for the Clinton Dragons. The 0-2 pitch from Slavin from the stretch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. First out of the inning for Isaiah Slavin. Bottom of the 5th, 1 out. Dragons now 2 outs away from beating the Anderson County Mavs. First pitch from Slavin for the next batter in there for strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike with 1 outs. Double play will end the game for the Clinton Dragons. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here for the Clinton Dragons. Foul tip back for strike 2. Fouled off the netting. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Double play will end the game with a 12-2 score. The Dragons lead the Anderson County Mavericks. Once again, we will have our players of the game and coaches meeting after this one, or coaches interviews after this game. 0-2 pitch in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning here at Murrel Albright Stadium for the Anderson County Mavericks. Clinton Dragons wearing their black uniforms, white numeral, white lettering, white trim. Anderson County in their Lake City blue uniforms, dark blue lettering, white trim. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Isaiah Slavin. The Dragons just 1 out away now from ending this game in 5 innings. So the Mavericks down to their final batter, unless they get on base. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Runners on first and second. Slavin on the mound. Struck out 2 so far after giving up a hit on his first batter. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 1 strike away from ending this game, and Slavin striking out the side. 12-2 your score. 0-2 count. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Slavin from the stretch. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Dragons in the game 12-2. 3 strikeouts for Isaiah Slavin in the bottom of the 5th inning. Isaiah Slavin, another 1-2-3, or another relief appearance with 3 strikeouts. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Mike's on. So we're here with our players of the game, Garrett Lee, Nicholas Kidd. Tell me about tonight, Gary. You had a huge night for them.
Yeah, so I was just going into that third at bat against number 22. I had just missed one at bat before hitting the ground with a double. I was just trying to stay in my legs and wait for it a little bit longer, and I caught one good. Get over the fence.
And then Nick, you had a great game again today. Had to be pulled in the fifth, but you still had an amazing game. What is it like to you playing rivals like this?
Oh, it means a lot to me coming from a place where a rivalry between Beard and Farragut is super intense, and coming to a school like this where it's also super intense is really something special.
You all are now 5-1 in district play. You got 4 games coming up in 3 days. What are you looking forward to on that?
I'm looking forward to our pitchers to throw well, give us a chance to win. I think we got a good chance to win out.
What about you, Nick? What are you looking forward to in the next few games?
I'm feeling confident after putting up that many runs. I think it's a good team, and I'm just looking forward to the rest of this week.
So what's one thing you want to say to the fans that were watching on Dragon Vision, and what do you want to say to them for the upcoming few games?
First of all, I want to say thank you guys for watching. It really means a lot to everybody to have supporters that are actually here. But for all the people watching online, I'm really excited for them. They're glad they're going to be part of something great.
What do you want to say, Garrett?
He said it best, man. We love the support. It's great now that we got this, that you don't even have to come to the games to be able to watch. It just makes us play all the better the more people that come, so come out and support us.
All right, well, thank you both for coming on. We're going to get Coach Stacy up here in just a second. If you guys want to take off the headset, you can. We're good.
Thank you.
We're going to get Coach Stacy up here in just a minute.
Hey,
Garrett. Here's your poncho stick.
Yeah,
Grab that.
let's go.
No, Coach, grab that. Here you go. That way I can grab this for you.
Got me on a hill here.
Oh yeah, I know. We're now here with Coach Stacy. Stacy, tell me a little bit about what's going through your mind right now.
Just proud of the guys and proud of the game plan that they implemented. Most of the time you hear us talk about game plans and implement the game plans, but the guys today came to school focused. They had a lot of teachers and people talking to them today and getting kind of hyped, but they came in really focused, and their BP session was phenomenal. It's probably one of the better focused BP sessions. They really struggled. We put them on a machine and then switched to me throwing. I said, this ain't working today. We got to do something to change it up. So I started throwing, and it all comes with their game preparation and their mindset. And their mindset right now is just play team baseball, do the things the right way, and come out of here with a victory.
I know we had Nicholas Kidd and Garrett Lee as players of the game, but as you were saying it out there, this wasn't just players of the game.
Yeah.
We had a team win this time.
Yeah.
What did you see from your pitching, from Nick, from Isaiah coming into relief again?
I mean, that's what we were expecting out of Nick. That was the Nick that we saw in the summer. He's kind of struggled a little bit, and I think that's mentally kind of got him down. But I just knew today, just watching him in school and in class, how focused he was. I knew it was going to be a good outing for him. I just knew that we needed to support him in the lineup, and the guys did a phenomenal job. Like I told him, I said, he came out there, and I said, this isn't an individual thing tonight. This is a team win. Everybody go up there and talk, and of course, Garrett and Nick will be the players of the game for the performances. But as a whole, the performance of everybody was phenomenal.
Yeah, the other person I would have said on there also was Isaiah Slavin with his batting, his base running, and his pitching. The
Absolutely.
3 strikeouts on the side. You can't say much more for that one in relief.
No. Isaiah came in, and I knew he was motivated. We were actually going to go Rayleigh, let Rayleigh get a little bit more work in. But I just knew in that moment that Isaiah, he's been throwing well. He got a little, I guess you could say, mentally against Halls when he hit the grand slam. He came out and he was a little gassed. But I knew he's been throwing well, and we look at him and Sam kind of on our closer role, and he just did a phenomenal job.
And now you're batting. Tell me about the hitting performance and your defense today.
Big improvement. That's something we talked about. Yesterday you make 5 errors and you still win the game. That's sometimes unheard of, but that's just the will of what you did and the will of your team and just being good teammates. Tonight, in school, we make jokes. My way of kind of getting guys focused or letting them know they've made mistakes is kind of not only bring the moment up, but kind of joke with them about it. Like, hey, that ball right there was an easy ball to field, and then they kind of get it instead of just kind of shooting them out. I've kind of learned myself in coaching, especially with this generation, you can't just go and shoot kids out. You kind of have to meet them at their level, make them understand that it's a mistake that happened, but move on. And that's something that as a player, I did a really good job, I thought, of moving on from situations like that. And I've tried to figure out, like, all right, what didn't work when I had a coach and what does work when we have the team that we have. And that's just part of me growing as a coach, too. But the guys knew and understood, like, the mistakes needed to be minimal, especially against Anderson County. I mean, anytime you play on the hill, it's going to be tough. Like, again, I talked about this yesterday. Josh's bunch is tough. Don't look at the score right now. I mean, that was a game that we had to come and we had to be prepared to play. It's because it's a district game and a rival game, so you still have to come prepared. And anytime you play on the hill, it's tough.
Right, and then we now have upcoming. We have 4 games in 3 days starting Thursday. Tell us a little bit about that schedule and why you chose it.
I mean, big game against Lenoir City Thursday at Lenoir City. It's another place. I told the guys it's another tough environment, and they're playing very good baseball, and they do a very good job within their district. And Aaron Simmons does a fantastic job with what he does, how he's built a culture there at Lenoir City. Then we've got Friday. We've got Oakdale. It's another very good single A team, and Darren is doing a fantastic job with them. They're in a district with Coalfield, and I tell everybody all the time, that's probably one of the better, if not the best, single A district in the state. Then we got Marion County. They lost last year in sectionals to Pigeon Forge, so we're going to have to come with a game plan. And then we've got my alma mater, Daniel Boone. So that's going to mean a little bit to me to kind of be the head coach against them. I've been an assistant coach, but Coach Hagen and me, Coach Hagen is the first person to give me an opportunity to get back into coaching in high school, and so it's going to be a fun game to just be involved with. But we choose that schedule again and get in that tournament because we're invited. Loudon's coach, Jason Lambert, invited us. And I think he knew that we had a team that was going to be competitive this year, and it prepares us for district play to play 4 tough games against tough opponents that'll help lead us into the next level.
And we know it's the I-75 pile-up. Thursday and Friday's games are at Lenoir City, and Saturday's games are at Loudon, correct?
Yes. Okay,
so
Lenoir City Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday against Loudon. Hopefully, our game starts late on Friday at 7:30 against Oakdale, so I'm going to try to go see Connor Moody up at Cumberland's. Hoping that they play early enough so I can get back. It'll be a lot of miles that day, but I get to see a Dragon alum playing at University of Pikeville, so I'm kind of amped for that. I got to see him this past week at Pike Central on Sunday, and I was just happy to see him. So, love the kid.
Yeah, you had a tremendous game against Pike Central. Unfortunately, we couldn't be there, but that was a big 7-2 win on that one. One thing we want to mention now, what do you want to say to the Lady Dragons? They just beat Halls 1-0 in 8 innings.
Man, I mean, I'm telling you, Leonard, he again has helped with the culture of our school. Guys like, Coach Keith, Leonard, Lori, Coach Lockhart. I mean, people don't realize this. I'm an older guy, but I'm still younger when it comes to understanding frustrations with coaching. So I kind of lean on them a lot. And it's just this good conversation. I had a great conversation with Lori today about just coaching, assistant coaches, preparation, and man, it made me feel very proud to be from. I got that too from Coach Zellner. Coach Zellner would talk to me. She was a huge baseball fan. So I've been fortunate enough to have some really good coaches around me at the school. Gene Chun, he's doing a hell of a job with the guys' soccer. They're above 500 right now, and I mean the guys are playing tough, and he instills a very good culture. And the girls 1-0. I mean, I wish I could have been at the game because I mean, me and you called that game, and I was sitting there going, man, if they didn't have these mistakes, man, they could have won this game. But that just goes to show you that you got to come with your A game when you're playing district games. So
you all are now 5-1 in district. They're 4-1 in district play. Their only game left is against Anderson next month. You were mentioning some of the programs. We also had a football signee this week to Purdue.
Yes.
You've seen how Coach Keith, you both came in around the same time. You've seen how much the culture's changed.
Yep, you brought that up the other day in the office, and I think you hit the nail on the head. the culture is changed, and the culture's changed because we're loving kids. I think that's the biggest key. Like, we came in, instead of talking about wins and losses, and said the only way to build this culture is to love on kids. And that's something that Dan, our principal, preaches all the time. He's like, I know that kid might be tough on you in classroom, but just think about what he does when he goes home. Like, you got to love on those kids. And that's really stuck with me, especially being a new teacher. It's year 4 of teaching for me, and just understanding when kids come in, and they might not have the best days, best mornings. They might not have the best home life, but if you love on them, they'll believe in you and they'll trust you. And that's just something our coaching staff has done. Our coaching staff at the school has done a fantastic job of.
So let's run down the schedule coming up for the Dragon Vision. So tomorrow, are we going to be able to do the Dragon Den?
I believe so. Yep. So I got to call Chris Britton at Lenore City, but I think he'll let us do it. Again, it's a beautiful field. They just turfed their infield. Their outfield's fantastic, and they've done a lot of work. I'm going to be pumped to play there because I know how nice it is. I got to see it earlier this year, so the guys will be pumped too to take it to play there as well.
Right. No, we'll be covering that game. We're going to cover Clinton versus Oak Ridge tomorrow for softball.
Yep.
Do you want to help me with that game again? If you're able to.
If I'm able to, I'll be there.
Yeah, I think it's a 6. I think it's either a 6 or 6:30 first pitch. So that's going to be a good one.
So we're going to come in tomorrow, get a quick lift in, some quick hitting, get in and out, and then if I got the time, I'll be there.
Yeah,
especially see the Lady Dragons play.
Yeah, both teams now have 14 wins on the season. So once again, we also have Inside the Dragon Den sometime this week. We'll work that out after this one. It might be tomorrow, either right after or right before. It could even be in the school. It just depends on what time we all get together. But once again, thank you for joining us right here. What do you want to say to everyone watching?
Just thank you for your support. Thank you guys for keeping tuning in, and thank you for Matt for building this platform for our fans to see. I mean, it's an amazing thing just to go back. Like, we watched the film, we studied the film. It's something I've always wanted, and it's like, again, I get so happy talking about it because I can see the kids excited about it. The kids being excited about it has also helped build the culture, so you've helped build the culture as well.
Thank you for that. I'm also an alum, so when you were talking about Zellner and Lockard, they were some of my teachers up here. Once again, we want to thank you all for watching Dragon Vision. 12-2 the final score. Isaiah Slavin, Nicholas Kidd, Garrett Lee, and numerous other Dragons. Camden Britton putting up a big day. Big time win for you. 5-1 now with 3 more district games coming up. We want to thank you all for watching Dragon Vision. We're going to be back to you tomorrow for Lady Dragons softball versus Oak Ridge.
Go Dragons. Thanks, man. You need any help? Need any help?